Free tarot teaching time, and welcome back to part 2 of the Chariot. Part 1 we talked about the symbolism and the imagery within the card, and now we're going to get into the upright interpretations of the card. So let's do this. As we explained at the beginning of the first video, the themes of the Chariot are all about control, determination, victory, willpower. And that very much, knocking my camera, that very much coincides with one of the first upright interpretations of the card. And that is determination and willpower. It is saying that through determination, through focus, you can achieve your goals. You are the charioteer, you are in charge of the chariot. You are in charge of the sphinxes, which, if you saw in the first video, represent duality and opposing forces. You are in control of everything. So, with focus and with determination, you can achieve what it is that you're looking to achieve. So that is one of your first interpretations. That if you're determined and you're focused, you're going to get where it is you want to go, or you're going to get what it is you want to get. Another interpretation talks about victory and success, and sorry, that's my dog in the background playing with a bone. It shows that success is within your reach. He is wearing a laurel wreath on his head, which is symbolic of victory. So it shows that success is within your reach as long as you maintain your current direction, as long as you maintain your focus, maintain your drive. You are on the path, like the winner's path. You're going to go cross that winner's line. You are going to be successful. Another interpretation talks about control and mastery. Obviously, in the first video, we talked about what these two sphinxes mean, about the duality, about opposing forces. And basically, if this was to come up in a spread, what it could be saying is that you need to control the opposing forces within your life. That's not just talking about control over opposing forces like internally, like say within your light aspect and your shadow aspect, or your head over your heart. This is also talking about controlling opposing forces externally as well. It talks about mastering your emotions and your impulses. Not allowing your emotions to rule the decisions you're making, and not being impulsive. Putting thought into things. Because impulsivity can be amazing, but it can also be detrimental. So it's about thinking things through before you make decisions. It can also talk about direction and purpose, and not being swayed by external things. A bit like me, I have shiny object syndrome and I get very easily distracted. This talks about not allowing that to happen, because if you allow yourself to get easily distracted, like just there's a fly now flying around, you're going to lose focus of your end goal. So maintain a clear path, a clear direction. Don't get distracted. It can also talk about the inner journey and personal growth. Again, we're talking here about the opposing forces, about duality. Without having these two sphinxes in alignment and going in the right direction, you're not going to move anywhere. If they're trying to go in completely different directions, you're just going to be stuck. It can talk about needing to conquer and master your inner world before you begin to conquer and master your external environment. If your inner world is in turmoil, it will reflect in your external environment. So it can talk about the path to inner peace and needing to gain peace within the self. Be that on an emotional level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level. It can talk about that. It can be showing a need to be in alignment with your higher path and purpose. The Chariot is all about moving forward along your spiritual path towards your higher path and purpose, and doing so with mastery and conviction and focus and determination. It's about following the path that sets your soul on fire, about the path that brings you joy. So again, depending on the cards that are coming out around it, it could be signifying that maybe there is a need to steer your chariot towards your higher path and purpose. It can also talk about breaking free from constraints. Again, in the previous video, we discussed the meaning of the city in the background. And basically, he is leaving behind his comfort zone. He is ready to go out and face his challenges, overcome his challenges, and to grow. Because in the city, in the stagnance, there is no growth. The comfort zone, there's no growth. You only grow when you leave. And the city's in the background and he's moving away from it, which is showing that he is prepared to grow. He's prepared to face these challenges. I mean, another literal sense could be, because it is a chariot and the chariot is a vehicle, it can be talking about travel. It could be signifying that somebody is going to be traveling somewhere, be that abroad or within in their own current country, but it could be signifying travel. Overall, the card is about determination, victory, drive, passion and purpose. It is showing the importance of willpower, focus and balance to achieve success. It shows the need to master both internal and external conflicts, maintain a clear direction and harness opposing forces to reach your end goal. Overall, it is showing that with determination, you can overcome any obstacle that comes in your path. With control, you can overcome any obstacle that comes in your path, and you can get to victory. You can achieve the thing it is you want to achieve. I'm bouncing a bit like a chariot. But yeah, the chariot is a lovely card when it comes up in a tarot reading. But as we always say, depending on the question, depending on the spread, depending on the cards that are surrounding it, that will give a deeper meaning to what the chariot is trying to say. But that is your basic fundamental meanings of the chariot card. Join us on the next video where we will be discussing card number 8 in the Major Arcana, which will be strength. And I love that card too.